just wanted to call in and let you know there's something interesting about this Alex Salmond character in Scotland. He's the head of the Scottish National Party, and leading the charge for the yes vote. And I'm all for the Scottish independence and what have you. But one thing to know about him is that he's a great proponent of the transatlantic trade agreement, which is sort of like the Trans-Pacific Agreement that's gotten so many people into so much trouble. But it's the European version that is being negotiated by between Washington and Brussels. And so there's a sort of an added dimension to the idea of what Scottish independence would be. If it's going to be led by sort of neoliberal economic policies as defined by those types of agreements, maybe Scots should take the independence, but leave the economic planning and the austerity and the euro probably to the dustbin.
Yeah, that's interesting. I had no idea. I mean, like I say, I don't know that much about salmon, and I don't know that much of the issues. But that is, we've talked about that transatlantic partnership, and it does, for all I can tell, mirror the TPP, which basically gives up a huge amount of sovereignty for each nation involved. And gives it to essentially a small board of corporate lawyers who decide when the country is infringing upon different industries and corporations' ability to profit off of that country's resources, or exploiting its consumer laws or its labor laws, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's pretty disturbing. I imagine that's not that big of an issue in the independents, but something to be wary of. I appreciate the call, Jay.
Sure thing. Thanks.
Wow.
That's not totally dissimilar, though, from some of the left in Scandinavia, where he advocates pretty left-wing policies domestically, but is pretty aggressive about the corporate sector in Scotland.
Well, the problem with a law like that,
not necessarily incongruent with a more Scandinavian type of model.
The problem with a treaty like that.
It's a terrible treaty. I'm just saying where it might fit together in his politics.
But they're at loggerheads because if you have a treaty, for instance, here's an example. I am a drug company. And sometime in the future, Medicaid says, we are not going to pay these rates for these drugs. It is conceivable that drug company could sue because of government interference in their marketplace and is inhibiting their profits based upon their projections on their research and development, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know that we know enough about the specifics of the agreements, but that's the dynamic that's at play.